And as you can see, I still have on my hat from the wild vouchers. It's supposed to be a waterproof locust plants. Anyway, right now we are at the bird sanctuary now. We're going to go and jump on a boat, go down the river, hear what the guide had to tell me, learn a little thing. So let me go and see what it's all about. Let's roll. Well, we are off. We're on the boat now. See how much people on the boat. Yep, and we have our own personal guide. What you mean? What's your name? Sonal. Sonal? Yes, my name is Sonal. Yes, Sonal. Sonal will be telling us about this as we go along. Let's hope we see some amazing things today. If you look on the right side in the water there, there's a 4-eye fish. Look for my green light. Next to the green light, you're going to see the 4-eye fish there, right?
Oh, they could have there. Upside. Oh, there. Oh.
So the name of this fish is a 4-eye fish or mud skipper. Or anapleps, right? This fish, it has 2 big eyes, but they have a horizontal line across the eye so you can see above and underwater at the same time. They can also breathe in and out of water. These fish, they have lungs, they don't have gills. So they can breathe in and out of water, right? The fiddler crab, it's one of the main diet for these birds in here, like the egrets and the herons, and the main attraction, which is the scarlet ibis. The bigger holes you see in the embankment, those are the holes for the blue land crab, what people use to make crab and dumpling and stuff. And inside the mangrove, you will get the hairy crab, what people use to make callaloo and stuff. We also have Atlantic swimming crab here, better known as sea crab or cirque. And as you go further down, you're going to see a small crab looking like a spider in these mangrove roots. The name of those crabs are Rattus pisonii or tree climbing crab. So as we go further down, we're going to be looking out to see if we see some of those crabs, right? So if you look on the left side here, there's a bird inside the mangrove here. Look for my green light again. Oh, he just fly out there. The name of that bird is a little blue heron. When that bird hatches, it's normally white in color, right? It takes that bird approximately 3 years to turn this blue color with the correct crustacean. Crustacean is like crabs, shrimp, and small fishes and stuff. That's what they feed on, right, to get this color, right? So I'm just going to stop here a bit to tell you guys a little bit about the Caroni swamp before we go further inside, right? The Caroni swamp is a very big area. It's approximately 40 square miles. Inside the Caroni swamp here, we have 3 different types of mangrove trees. We have the red mangrove, black mangrove, and the white mangrove, right? The most common one is the red mangrove. Look at my green light. You're going to see the red mangrove here. Look at the red mangrove here. The roots you're seeing coming from the top here are called aerial roots, and the roots on the bottom are called prop roots. As this one to the back here, look at the green light again to the back. This is the white mangrove to the back here. As you can see, the leaves, it's similar to the red mangrove leaves, but it's smaller and lighter in color. The roots are also different. The white mangrove, they don't have aerial roots or prop roots. They have roots stick up like pencils low down to the ground here, right? Everybody seen it? Let me just go back a bit. look at the roots for the white mangrove here, right? As this one in the middle here, look at the green light again. This is the black mangrove. They call this yellow button or black mangrove. And this plant is a very unique plant inside the Caroni swamp here because this plant, it needs fresh water to survive, right? But the water here is brackish. Brackish water is when salt water and fresh water mix, right? So what this plant does, it takes up the water here, uses up the fresh water and brings out back the salt in the leaves. So on a hot sunny day, if you look at these leaves, you're going to see plenty salt in these leaves, right? So that's why it's a very unique plant inside the Caroni swamp here. The roots are also the same as the white mangrove roots, but they are a bit thicker and taller. Look at the roots for the black mangrove here and look at the white mangrove. You can see the difference. So if you look at the 3 different types of mangrove trees as well, you can see the difference here. Look at the red, black and the white. So you can see the difference with it, right? So this channel we are in here as well, this channel is a man-made channel. We are located south of the northern range. So this channel was dug to drain out the mountain and northern range sides for rainy season, right? This channel is called drain number 9 and there are 8 other channels just like this one going to the south side. Inside the Caroni swamp here we have approximately 180 different types of birds. Most common ones are like egrets and herons, and the main attraction which is the scarlet ibis. In the water here we have approximately 30 different species of fishes. Easy catches are like grouper, snapper, tarpon, snook, mullet, tilapia, catfish. The biggest grouper I ever caught in here was well over 500 pounds. And the biggest tarpon is well over 350 pounds. That's a tarpon about half the length of this boat.
Catch it in this water here?
Yes. We also have snakes in here. We have crab-eating raccoons, mongoose, lizards, iguanas. And sometimes on a low tide you see plenty spectacled caimans in the embankment as well. So as we go further down we're going to be looking out to see if we see any of these animals. And if we do see any, I'll stop and explain some more about it to you guys. And if anybody have any questions, please feel free to ask, right? The depth of this channel here, it varies, right? By the shed we start there, on a high tide is about 7 feet. And as you go down to the Gulf of Paria, the Gulf of Paria is approximately 7 miles from here. You can reach around 45 feet down to the Gulf of Paria.
So if you see any big fish, you can catch any?
Yeah, once it is in this channel here, drain number 9, we can't go on the other side, on the sanctuary side.
Okay.
We can't be on the left side. Look at these small birds atop the concrete on the right side here. Name of these small birds are called, these are spotted sandpiper. And this was the embankment that separates the salt water and the fresh water and all, right? But the embankment washed away here, so this is how the water gets brackish here now. The other side was fresh water and this side was salt water. It leads out to the Gulf of Paria and that side goes into the rice field, right? Please don't pull any of the roots. You can touch it if you want, but don't pull it, right? Because sometimes there's snakes very low in these roots. Yeah? Huh?
Well, as I said, the guides say, you might have snakes right above your head. I said, don't pull none of the roots on them because a snake might jump on your head. If you watch anaconda, I think you know better than that. No snakes is good in the swamp. Okay? Other than that, it's a really nice experience with that. Look on ahead.
There's a perfect example how the red mangrove crop themselves on the left side here. building you're seeing on the left side here as well, that's a visitor center. It's like a smaller museum for everything we have inside the Caroni Swamp here, right? Got the little blue heron to the left again. This channel that leads into the visitors center there, right? Inside here, moving here, right? It's fucking on things now. Inside here, he's moving. The name of that snake is a Cook's tree boar or cascabel. It's a non-venomous snake. And this snake is also nocturnal. It sleeps all day and feed at night, right? They mainly feed on bats, small birds and rodents like rats and stuff. These snakes, they can get to about 9 feet long. And this is the most common snakes you see in here, right?
Gosh, we guide real bad. The man's putting out guana, snake. Nobody even see anything and then the man just pulling over the boat and say, look at snake, look at guana there. He bad, I tell ya.
So if you take a look on the right side here, look, you're going to see some of the seedling here for the red mangrove tree, right? Look at how they're hanging like pencils here, right? So the seedling, it germinates on the tree itself, right? And when these seedlings are ripe and ready to fall out, the top will come up like this, right? It will come out like this. It will fall and stick into the mud like this. And the spots you see in here, that's where the roots will come out from. And the top here is where the tree will grow out, right? So I pass it around so everybody can have a look at it.
This is a baby mangrove plant. I'll pass it around for everybody else to see. I don't care watch it. Look like the rain coming. Huh? An umbrella, please.
Thank you. That's all I'm gonna. You don't need to put up the umbrellas. I'm gonna set up the plastic so everybody can shelter out the plastic, right?
Well, the rain is about to fall. It's a good thing I walk with my rain hat. But the guy said we're gonna give you some big plastic to pull across so everybody ain't gonna get wet. I ain't sure that gonna work, but we gonna see how we work it out.
Okay, let's pass it and let them pull it up. Now you just need to keep the captain low down so I can see in front of the drive, right?
This is so cool.
This is crazy, man. We are all under this plastic makeshift roof. But it works. It works, I'm telling you.
As I said, you're going to see some of the small crabs in these roots. The name of these crabs are Rattus pisonii or tree climbing crab. So this is one of the crab I have in my hand here. Wow. So just right over there is still very small.
It's small. It's still being a little small pinch.
So this crab is one of the main diet for these birds in here, and this is the biggest these crabs get, right?
So we pass it around?
Yes, we can pass it around so everybody can have a look at it.
No, I don't want to see that. I want to touch it. You get a nice pinch.
That's a little small. You see how active I is on the boat? All that plane I'm playing for fall off there, I don't know what going on.
As you go further down, you're going to see more and more of these nests. These nests are termites nests. We do have a mammal in here that feeds on the termites. Mammal is called the silky anteater. So as we go further down, we're going to be looking out to see if we see any of the silky anteater, right?
It's an alligator in the water. We now see an alligator on the bank there. And as you can see the rain falling. Me and mine are in the bush. Like part of being in the bush, you gotta get wet. Look them in the umbrella and all kind of thing. You gotta be eating like this with nature. You can't find this no grown tree. When in the bush, you have to shelter with bush.
Takes you out to the Gulf of Faria. The Gulf of Faria is approximately 5 miles out on the right side. But we are going in the left side here. This takes you into the sanctuary here. So we're going to see some scarlet ibis here now passing overhead and stuff. And when we do see any, look, there's some of the scarlet ibis going across. We just went across there. So when we do see any of the scarlet ibis, we don't want to make any noise, right? Because if you make noise, they will fly away from us. And if you be quiet, sometimes they fly very close to us. So we don't want to make any noise while we're going in here, right? So what happens normally when tide is low, right? These birds, they feed on the fiddler crabs, so they low down on the ground when tide is low, right? And when tide is high, as you can see right now, they're up in the trees, they're feeding on the tree climbing crabs. So that's why you see them atop the trees there, right? They're feeding on the tree climbing crabs up there.
Right now, like a deep in the Amazon. You see them kind of documentaries we see that feel just like that's an experience you want to experience. Come down here and try this out. If you're into adventure, outdoor kind of activity, yeah, easy. You don't even look like we're in Trinidad anymore. Someplace in Africa.
Here we're gonna see one of several lakes that we have inside the Caroni swamp here. Take a look at one of the lakes we have here. But it's very shallow inside here. It's approximately 3 feet in there right now, and on a low tide, inside it will just be mud flat alone, and sometimes you see plenty birds coming in these mud flats here to feed, to get their small fishes and stuff, right? There's a tower over 100 feet tall that tourists used to use to take out pictures of the birds and the swamp and stuff. But this tower was built here about 20 years ago, so it rotten and fall long here now about 2 months ago.
So why they don't rebuild it?
We wanted to rebuild it, but the government don't want to insure it. So it doesn't make sense you build a tower over 100 feet tall and it's not insured to have tourists in top there in case anything happens to them. Straight up over those trees up in front there, that's where the nesting area is for these birds in here. But we can't go there because if you have to go to the nesting area, you have to go through the mud and through the mangrove and stuff, right? So that's why we don't go to the nesting area. But where I'm carrying you now is one of the roosting areas. So you're going to see lots and lots of scarlet ibis coming into the island here now to roost for the night, right? So when we leave from here, we're going to go straight to that island afterwards, right?
I'm taking over the tour now.
Right? So what these birds do, they build an open nest using up approximately 40 to 50 pieces of dry mangrove twigs. Nothing is used to cushion the nest except the dropping of the bird. They lay approximately 2 to 3 eggs, which are slightly grey with some white markings on them. And when these birds hatch, they are black in color. It takes them 2.5 to 3 years with the correct crustacean, which is crabs, shrimp, marine worms and small fishes. That's what they feed on to get their brilliant scarlet color, right? After they get their brilliant scarlet color, they remain so till they die. The lifespan of the scarlet ibis is way beyond 18 to 25 years. Male birds are slightly larger than the female.
Jumping fishes over.
The wingspan of a male scarlet ibis is 31 inches while the female is 29. From bill to toe in a male is 29 inches while the female is 27. And the length of a bill in a male is 7 inches while the female is 6.5. This bird is our national bird. It became our national bird in 1962 when we became independent. And since that, these birds have been protected in here. So we can't even go close to these birds in here. Long ago, these birds used to go to Venezuela and South of America to nest and to feed and stuff. But now how these birds are being protected in here, they don't go anymore. They're nesting and they're feeding in here now. These birds are like eating machine. At sunrise, they go out to feed, and sunset, they're coming back. So, as I said, the Caroni Swamp is approximately 40 square miles. They're within the 40 square miles all day. They don't leave the Caroni Swamp anymore and go to Venezuela and South of America and stuff. Before we became independent, the population with these birds was around 1,500 birds that time. But last 4 years, they did a banding exercise, and there are well over 25,000 birds in here now.
So if you don't eat the correct crustaceans, what color would they be?
If they don't feed on the correct crustacean, they will not get as bright as how you can see these color types as bright red here right now. They will get a kind of dull pink color like.
Oh, okay.
Because if these birds are kept in captivity as well, right, they're gonna lose their brilliant scarlet color like this and get a kind of dull pink as well. I'm sure some of you been to the zoo down in Port of Spain there already. You can see the scarlet ibis. It's not as bright as this, right?
Yeah.
Notice how the bill is curved like a banana. That's to help them probe into the mud flats to get their marine worms and small fishes and stuff, right?
Always all those jobs.
These birds, they have two predators. One is a bird called the Peru Falcon. It's a smaller bird than the scarlet ibis, right? But what this bird do, they fly up in the air and come down with a speed, tap the scarlet ibis in the back of their head and knock them out, and then come back and feed on them, right? And the other one is man. Well, man hunt these birds for their flesh and for feathers for carnival costume.
Wow. So the meat of this scarlet ibis is sweet then?
Yes, so people say. I never
never
tried it,
tried?
yes. But if you get caught with one of this, I believe the charge is 20,000 and 6 years in jail. Look at the snowy egrets going on the right side here. Notice when the snowy egrets go to the island there, they're going straight inside the island, right? You're gonna see some, in this island here, you're gonna see some snowy egrets coming in here, some tricolored herons, little tree herons, yellow brown-eyed herons. And when all those birds go in there, they go straight inside the island, and there's the scarlet ibis you see on the outside, right? Sometimes you see some great egrets going in there as well. Look, in the island there, there's one of the great egrets. Look at the big white one. You're going to see a big white bird there. That's a great egret. That was a tapon just raised there. Snowy egrets and little blue parrots coming into the back.
See how much of them? Wow, a line of them.
Notice when they go to the island there, they're going straight inside the island, right? And the noise you're hearing from the island there, that's on the egrets and the herons. The scarlet ibis, they don't make loud noise, right?
Well, people, this brings us practically to the end. All we left to do now is head out back. But other than that, it was a real cool, informative expo. As you can see, the birds are going and sleep. So I guess it's time for we to pack up and head out and go and sleep ourselves. Alright, so until next time, discover Trinidad and Tobago. Peace out.
Osprey going to the back here. Fish hawk. It's a fish hawk. Name of that fish hawk is an osprey.